All right. Good evening, everybody here on that call. Good evening to you guys in Nigeria. My name is Dino Nadelko. I'm coming from New Orleans, actually, right now here in US. Just otherwise, I'm from Europe, from Slovenia, right? And we have just amazing people on this call today, especially two special guests that I would like to introduce to you. And they are going to tell you a little bit more about what we do and what the future will looks like. So this is a special call for Nigeria, especially about the Seeds for Change Foundation of RAIN International. You're going to hear a little bit more about that from our guests here on that call. Uh, they're just amazing individuals. I do believe they are going to do more introduction on themselves and what they do in just a second. But I met them just maybe like a few months ago, and through this time, I knew that they're doing so many great things around the world, and I'm just so honored to have them here and being able to share their mission and their vision with the Seeds for Change Foundation, with all the other projects they do, and of course connected with RAIN International. So I do have two amazing individuals here. I do have Melissa and I have Arturo here on the call. So maybe if I turn maybe first to you, Melissa, if you can just kind of like share a little bit more, and then maybe to Arturo or however you guys want to do it and go through. I know you have some presentations for us ready. So welcome once again, and please take over.
All right.
Great. Thank you so much. All right. So we've got our screen share coming up.
Coming right up.
Okay, awesome. All right. So hi, I'm Melissa, and we are really excited to really begin doing some Seeds for Change work in Nigeria. We have been able to really dive into Nigeria because of the great work that all of you are doing there. So Seeds for Change is the charitable foundation that is associated with RAIN International. And really, so every product that is sold through RAIN, a portion of that goes into our Seeds for Change Foundation, and to help with those that are in need around the world. And so the more you grow and the more that you sell, that goes into our foundation. And so because so much is happening in Nigeria right now, we very naturally are able to work there. So thank you for your good work. Thank you for all you're doing that makes our foundation work possible. So we're really excited to work with you to make this happen. So we just wanted to introduce to you the mission and vision of Seeds for Change. So we know that, the circumstances that people are born in around the world are unfair, put us in unfair situations. And so our mission is to create opportunities to thrive. That's our simple, straightforward mission. We want, and you can see that in our vision, we envision a world where birth circumstances do not dictate destiny, and anyone can reach their goals and live a life of dignity. And we really believe that, that as we, we're not here to just try to throw money at problems. No, we want to create opportunities for people to be able to be self-sufficient, to be able to rise above their circumstances and have the dignity of doing so. And so everything that we do, we want to promote the people being able to work together with them to be able to improve their circumstances. And so with that, we want to introduce to you our Seeds for Change Foundation Holiday Give Back. So the purpose, we have three purposes in doing this give back, specifically in Nigeria. And this is our first time to do a holiday give back globally. And so we're just starting in 3 locations, and one of those is Nigeria. So again, thank you for working so hard to make this a place where we can launch our holiday give back. So first of all, obviously, and this is our number one, more than anything else, we want to do good in the community. We have this force for good of people who are connected in their communities, who are already, motivated to help each other. And so we want to be able to provide a platform for you to give back. So that's the most important. Next, we want this to be an opportunity to engage together as RAIN partners. So you to be able to engage your downline, engage with your upline, that together you can work towards a common goal of just doing good. And so that's our second purpose. And third, these are opportunities as we continue to have these give back opportunities. These are ways that you can invite your friends to participate with RAIN, and maybe people that you haven't been able to find a way for them to get connected to the cause, and to RAIN as a company. This is a really great way for somebody to see what we're all about, because giving is part of our DNA, and being able to, make positive changes in our communities. That's what our business is ultimately about. And so this is a way that you can invite people to participate with you in doing good in your community, and through that they can see what RAIN is all about.
Yes, this is Arturo here. I'm gonna take over. So, like Melissa said, we eventually do want to have long-term sustainable presence and projects in these communities, especially in Nigeria. And this is basically our way of starting small, of getting something up and running, so we can get to know what is happening in your locations. So that's why we want to pilot this holiday give back. Give us a chance to get to know organizations that are in need in your communities, as well as start planning for how we can engage with them on a more long-term basis. So our holiday program, Give Back, I'm just going to talk about 4 different steps that we're going to take, that we're asking you to spearhead in Nigeria, with your groups, with your downline, and with your partners. So the steps we're going to take is, number 1, we want you to find options in your region that we could potentially help out. So your communities, you can search through internet, you can search through contacts that you already know. I think a lot of you already know locations that need help. Places that we could target for a simple holiday cheer could be a homeless shelter in the community. It could be an orphanage. It could be a women's shelter. Maybe it's a drug rehab house. Some people who are going through drug rehabilitation, they can need some extra love and affection. It could be just a needy family in your community, or any grassroots organization that does work. So you kind of look at all these different options and you select, this is an organization or a program that we could potentially help during this holiday season. After you identify those, you want to connect with the organization or the group to get a feel for what needs they have, and how we can potentially help out with our Christmas or holiday outreach. So how we do that is we just essentially ask what needs are present. Sometimes those are listed on a website, but sometimes you can just have a conversation with the director of the program. So usually what we're looking for is either an orphanage or a shelter that says we always need help with food. We could use help with maybe Christmas toys or diapers. Perhaps there's a special gift that mothers need, clothing, blankets, toiletries. You can also be creative and maybe throw a party for a vulnerable group where we host the meals or some games. There's also, maybe for the new school year, maybe the children need some school supplies, some backpacks, etc. So then once you have these conversations with the director, you start making a list of different areas that you can help out. One thing to keep in mind is we never want to promise anything up front. We just want to, communicate with them that we're still not sure how we can contribute, but we want to make a list of ways to see the possibilities of how we can help out. And once we identify all the different needs that are present, we can start estimating and setting a goal for how much funds you and your team can raise to help this location. So based on our needs assessment and our list of ways that we can help out, we can estimate this is how much money we need to bring this many blankets to this location, or this many beds, or we can buy this many bags of rice. And Seeds for Change Foundation, we are going to match up to $500 of your contributions. So whatever money you and your team can raise, we're going to match up to $500. And of course, on our very first visit, we don't want to spend too much money but we're wanting to be able to become connected with the organization while still helping address a need, and just make this introduction for us to start working together. We want to also identify how many of our RAIN partners or downline or upline we can include in the project. And to be honest, the more the better, because we want people to get to know that RAIN is about implementing change in our communities. So as many people as you can involve would be great. And like Melissa said, you might be having conversations with people trying to get them to join RAIN International, but maybe there hasn't been much progress. This can be a very easy and organic way for you to call them up and say, hey, why don't you come with us? We're getting together to buy some supplies for this orphanage or for this shelter, and you can come with us to distribute and get to know them. And also, it doesn't take too much to make a difference. So if people can only give a very small amount of money, if we get a lot of people doing that, we can come up with, a lot of bags of rice or lentils or small gifts that we can give. So even people who want to participate they shouldn't feel like they need to, donate a substantial amount. It's just it just has to be a little bit. And finally, like Melissa said, we are only piloting this in about 3 or 4 places around the world. But what we want to do is have all of you on the exact same days or on the same week actually implement this program. So you'll choose a day from our Day of Change week, which is between December 2nd and December 8th, for you to take your group, and you can organize it however it makes most sense. They can go into, different groups, so you can all go together. You go shopping for the items, and you collect them, and then all together you show up at the location and make the donation. And we do ask that you please take photos and videos. This is for us on our social media, because we want to expand this spirit of doing good and bettering our community throughout all our locations around the world. And these will be some of the very first photos and videos that we'll be sharing. And there's different ways for you to share those videos and photos with us. You can send them through our WhatsApp, or you can also send them through our Instagram at Seeds for Change Foundation. And then if you do decide to post any photos, if you use these hashtags that are listed here on the slide, then we'd love to be able to repost those onto our social media. And so that's essentially it. And a little bit about the big picture is the reason why we especially want you to go into these locations and talk to people, get to know the children, the women, the homeless, is essentially for you to become exposed to the different needs that are present, so that we can start building long-term programs in these locations where we can help. We would love to build volunteer programs and be able to give more help than just, a once-a-year donation. So keep that in mind as you're visiting, that this is intended to create more of a long-term vision for the possibilities that our RAIN community and our RAIN nation, and how we can affect change into lives of people that need it. And that is essentially it. Melissa, do you have anything else to add?
No, I think that's great. So I know Dino has some, maybe some more specifics.
All right. Thank you so much to both of you, to Arturo and Melissa. Thank you so much for this great presentation to kind of, so everybody can see it basically what is the mission and what we want to do in the future, right? And one of the things I loved about is basically because we just want to get started. Like we want to get started, small, and then of course, as we reach out to more people, as we reach out to to more communities and to more also team members that we are growing all around the country. Of course, is going to have more and more impact around the country, and I do believe also around the continent. Starting from just one small place, right? So it's greatly appreciated that you guys shared these things with us now, so we can have a little bit of more understanding, like what we want to do and what is the way forward. I do have few things that I want to share with you. I even have one of our leaders from Nigeria on the call, but right now she is not online. Maybe I think that she's traveling, so maybe like her connection is not the best. But I do have a few photos and like one short video what I want to share with you guys. So, but before I go into that, I just want to say maybe a few more things about like how we kind of like thought about it and how we are planning to get these things done. So we are just concluding our special Rain Success Nigeria bank account that should be probably, I hope, live by tomorrow. And what we are going to do basically is we are going to share then this bank account information with everybody who wants to donate. Like you guys mentioned, if this is like just maybe $2, $3, $5 for example, or if it's 10 or if it's 20 or whatever it is, whatever can we do to raise some of the finances, so we can of course then take this and buy some goods, buy some great things, as well as if somebody just wants to donate something like Arturo said, maybe like bag of rice or whatever, it's of course very welcome too. And what I want to do, I want to show you basically the project that we kind of talked and choose for getting started, because I know that time is going fast, and right now we're already like 20th of November, and if we want to get this done in the first week of December, we basically have like about 2 weeks to to make these things happen, right? And that's what we are going to do. So I'm just going to share my screen just for a second to show you guys what we kind of like talked about for the beginning and what is our plan to go with. So you can see in the middle, this is one of our leaders from Nigeria, Madame Omolara Michael. She was the one who was supposed to be on the call, but she's basically just messaged me right now that that her connection went bad and she cannot be on. But anyway, that's why I had some backups ready. So I do have few pictures that I kind of want to share with you. That's like one of the orphanages homes in Ibadan in Nigeria. The name of this home, it's Uiza Home. I'll also share a little bit more things later with everybody who is on that call, also to our WhatsApp groups that we have. So you can see these are a few pictures that were taken just a few weeks ago. And basically, what is it? It's like the house that they are living in. This home, it's pretty much as we can see. It
Dino, sorry to interrupt. I don't think we can see your screen.
Oh, you cannot see the screen?
No.
Oh, thank you. Let me see, why not? All right, let me go back again. So can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, thank you so much. So as I said already, you can see here on this first picture I shared is one of our leaders, Madame Omolara. She was also visiting this home too. That's in Ibadan. So basically, we are kind of like choosing this first project to kind of like get started, just to like already mentioned, because the time it's already like here, so we don't want to take too much time. But of course, in going in the future, we are going to choose. That's why also Melissa and Arturo asked, if we get more communities, if we get more knowledge about what is happening and where can we help and impact the communities, that would be the best. So the next picture, this one that you can see it, I was talking about, you can see that this is the orphanage home in Ibadan in Nigeria. It's called Uiza Home, and you can of course see that it needs some work to get done. It needs some renovation, needs some things, as well as I do believe children's needs a lot of additional things like basic goods, or or just clothes or whatever we can help with, right? And of course, I want everybody to know that's of course not the only home that we have it, right? There's a lot of different, like already Arturo mentioned before, there are different things that we can go into the communities and so on. But I do believe it's important to get started somewhere. Then you can also see another picture here. Like for example, there is no wardrobes, there is no like place to hang clothes, and also like children sleep on the floors because there's two. That's in Ibadan. So basically, we are kind of like choosing this first project to kind of like get started, just to like us already mentioned, because the time it's already like here, so we don't want to take too much time. But of course, in going in the future, we are going to choose. That's why also Melissa and Arturo asked, if we get more communities, if we get more knowledge about what is happening and where can we help and impact the communities, that would be the best. So the next picture, this one that you can see it, I was talking about, you can see that this is the orphanage home in Ibadan in Nigeria. It's called Oiza Home. And you can, of course, see that, it needs some work to get done. It needs some renovation, needs some, things as well as, I do believe children's needs a lot of, additional things like basic goods or, or just clothes or whatever we can help with, right? And of course, I want everybody to know that's of course not the only clue that's in Ibadan. So basically, we are kind of like choosing this first project to kind of like get started, just to like already mentioned, because the time it's already like here, so we don't want to take too much time. But of course, in going in the future, we are going to choose. That's why also Melissa and Arturo asked, if we get more communities, if we get more knowledge about what is happening and where can we help and impact the communities, that would be the best. So the next picture, this one that you can see it, I was talking about, you can see that this is the orphanage home in Ibadan in Nigeria. It's called Oiza Home. And you can, of course, see that, it needs some work to get done. It needs some renovation, needs some, things as well as, I do believe children's needs a lot of, additional things like basic goods or, or just clothes or whatever we can help with, right? And of course, I want everybody to know that's of course not the only home that we have it, right? There's a lot of different, like already Arturo mentioned before, there are different things that we can go into the communities and so on. But I do believe it's important to get started somewhere. Then you can also see another picture here. Like for example, there is no wardrobes, there is no like place to hang clothes, and also like children sleep on the floors because there is not even enough beds in the home and so on and so on. I do know that they are planning to even go to the next, I mean, to the bigger building, but of course, it's connected with finances and how much they need to actually move and so on and so on. But I do believe first step for us, it's if we can help something out that, it's going to be great anyway, right? To get started. So you can see also the other picture here, like the state of the room, like voice room, for example, at bedtime, and so on and so on. Okay, so what do I have? I just have one very short video that is also made from Oiza Home. Just want to share this with you guys, and then after that, if there are any questions or anything like that, we'll be of course gladly to answer them, and then we can go from that. So let me just take maybe another minute to share this video with you guys, and then we are coming back with questions. So let me see if I can play this video. Otherwise, Arturo and Melissa, do you guys have any more things to add here, or did we cover pretty much all that we wanted to do right now?
I think you covered it really well. So now it is like in your hands as leaders and participants.
Our rain partners to be in these locations so they can notice, oh, this is one thing I wouldn't have thought of, but we could easily bring in a team and perhaps build some shelves, or we can paint this place, or we can, invest in a few bunk beds. So that's the beauty of having our partners in these locations, going in and talking to people, and hopefully this opportunity to just bring in some simple donations allows them to see that. We might find that perhaps the kids could use some help on literacy or some after school tutoring or math tutoring, and there are so many opportunities that we can help out with in helping to create more opportunities for disadvantaged youth. So thanks for that great presentation.
Yeah, exactly. You guys are completely right about that. So definitely that's our way to go and to do it. So, and one of the great things that we start with this home right now is basically we are going to have, also our members, to see what is the most important thing that we can provide, right? So what is the, like the biggest issue that they are coping right now, and how can we help, and with these kind of things. Maybe I would just like to mention the one more thing. I even don't know. I think I have it even here on the slides. I have it here. See, Melissa, I have your slides from the from the Prague presentation, because I got those. So I just want, what I want to do, I just want to share the last two screens, maybe just to kind of like those who wants to connect with or maybe if you want to do that, the last two screens, these are just basically like how they can connect with Seeds for Change, and of course like what is going to come with the new back office, with possibility to also be able to donate while doing the orders, maybe if you want.
Absolutely. So we would love, these are some steps that you personally can each take to make this move forward. So like our Facebook page, it's just called Seeds for Change Foundation. Instagram, we're a new Instagram, and as Arturo mentioned, we will be featuring Seeds for Change projects around the world. So we'd love to feature what you're doing. So you'll see your projects show up on that feed. Check out our new website. We've just less than a month ago launched a new Seeds for Change new content on our webpage. So that's s4cf.org. And we'd invite you to get to know the content on the page so that you can be able to articulate what we do and what we stand for. So read through there. You can see the projects that we have done in other locations, and yeah, some of the projects that are coming up. And again, as you develop your projects, those will be featured on our website. And also, soon we will be sending out a survey to everybody, all of our RAIN partners, to get to know some of your input on what we can be doing in your communities. So especially now as we're launching in Nigeria, we would love to hear each of you individually give us some ideas for what are the greatest needs in your community, what are some good organizations to partner with, etc. So watch out for that survey coming to your inbox.
Okay, great. So thank you for that, Melissa. I just want to kind of like just mention too, also like very soon when our new back office is coming out and the new website to frame, you'll also be able to to just maybe choose like a small donation on every single purchase you will do. Like for example, maybe like even like let's say that one box of product, for example, would be maybe like let's say 24,999, and you're just going to say, okay, I'm just going to pay like 25,500 or 25,000 or whatever. So basically, you'll be able to also to choose your donation also through every single purchase if you want. So some great things are coming out from that side too. But basically that's one of the most important things, that we can always give back, and we can always impact the world with these kind of things. So I would really like to thank you, Melissa and Arturo, to take time and be with us for this first call, kind of like for just to get started and get to know each other, and of course get to know others who are listening to this call, and to know what we are going to do, as well as we definitely look forward to also see, like you mentioned, we already have some projects on our new, by the way, this new website, it looks amazing, from Seeds for Change Foundation. So you guys should definitely go and check it out, and there is a lot of great content on, as well as, of course, we are looking forward to have also Nigeria as a country there on this list of countries that already received help through Seeds for Change Foundation, right? That's why we are here, to impact others, to help them, to, you know, to have more opportunities. So Arturo and Melissa, once again, thank you for being on this call with us tonight, and definitely looking forward, you know, to get, you know, more great informations together, and of course to help more people to, you know, to be able to do more and become more, right?
Yes.
So thank you so much. Thank you everybody being on the call. Once again, thank you Arturo, thank you Melissa, and we'll talk soon. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you, Dino, and don't hesitate to reach out through WhatsApp, any of you.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.